Uh, Good afternoon, good night, good morning to everybody. This is week two discussion. Um, we're talking about how we will discover higher knowledge in students. And something I like to do is, like say for me, if I'm teaching 10th graders, it's their first year of history, like actual a history class. Obviously in elementary, we all learn history, but we don't learn like a lot like you would in an actual history, high school history class or a collegiate class. And when I think about it, I kind of just ask them questions like for say I'm doing world history. I'll ask them like, do you know what year the U.S. beat the British? Do you know what year World War II is? Do you know who was a big factor in World War II? Just questions like that are pretty eye-catching that a lot of people seem to know. Obviously, World War II, a lot of people know because Hitler was a big guy during that time. I might ask the students, do you know who the atomic bomb was dropped? Or I might ask them who dropped the atomic bomb. Just simple questions to understand their knowledge. And that's why I would do something like that because that's for world history. If I was doing US history for juniors, I would probably ask them more questions like, when was Abe Lincoln president? What was a big thing Abraham Lincoln did? Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? Stuff like that, just to get them more informed. Because as they get to learn world history, they might learn something like that, stuff like that. It's a weird aspect. And then, like when we get into government, that's a bigger one because I feel like government's more on current history. So, like, I might ask them, like, oh, like, what year did Barack Obama become president, or what are some things that trying to think. What are some things that Bush put into plan or Nixon? A little bit more modern stuff that we'll see in government because we're talking about like basically the now and also the effects of the past. For econ, it's economics, obviously, would ask students about like some factors like, oh, why do you believe that every year the minimum wage goes up or just something like that, like just an example, you know what I mean, kind of stuff, just to see what their knowledge is on it. That just helps me see what they know, what they might know, or what they might believe on the topic, and it just helps me shape the lesson plan. Or just if students, I feel like students might need to learn more extra stuff, I'll help them out with that. But that's really how I try to see on prior knowledge in the history class, because I mean, I find history interesting, but some people might not, and they might not be informed. I think I forget what it was. There was a question a kid had said the other day, and I was surprised because it was like a unknown Western question to me, you know? But it's something that I realized that some students don't know. And that's why I would just try to go off of questions like that to see where and what students know.